So we start, though, with the Commanders, and they have canceled their final OTA practice for tomorrow. And actually, Anthony Haney, super producer of this fine radio program, I have not been on Twitter a whole lot today. Is the internet freaking out over this, or are people handling this like responsible adults?
I haven't looked in the comment section per se.
It's not Wednesday, so we're not doing.
Nah, it's not. But I think
because I can hear it now. Maybe I'm just too online, but I can hear like the who do they think they are? They can't afford to miss any practice.
Yeah.
And whatever. The fact that they got 2 practices suspended and they're now missing basically a week of practice, I think is far more damaging than missing one once the 2 are already gone. The analogy I'll make on this is it's kind of like going to the gym. Doing one single workout is not going to help get you to whatever goal it is that you want. Stacking them will. There's a reason, like if that's, no single workout matters, then what's the point in ever doing it? Well, because you keep building and you build and you build. If you want to do a Lego set, you do one Lego a day. You miss one Lego, it's not catastrophic. But if you never do any building, that's not going to work either. And back to the gym analogy, and really this is where it's direct to what the Commanders are doing. Like the only workout that you regret in that particular scenario is the one where you get hurt. And so if you do, the way one workout matters is you tear something, you strain something, you pull something. And then it's like, oh, okay, well that one really mattered in a negative direction. No single workout can have a catastrophic positive impact, or that's not really the way English works, but you know what I'm saying. Whatever the positive version of catastrophic is, that level, no single workout can do that. No single workout can be the one that makes you ready, that makes you stronger, that hits your weight loss goal, that hits your weight gain goal, whatever it is. It can be the one where you tear your pec. And so if you are the Commanders and you feel like you've stacked a bunch of good days, you're happy with where the team is, and you don't want to risk the bad one, especially considering the luck this team has had with injuries the last couple of years, you have some meetings. You continue to refresh and refine. You probably weren't going to get that great of attendance from veterans anyway, because you already did the mandatory and they can get their vacation started a week early. The workout, no single workout day, but 4 days of extra vacation. Let's go. 1, 2, 3 Cancun. Or wherever. 1, 2, 3 Italy. 1, 2, 3 South Africa. 1, 2, 3 whatever. This is like the biggest break football players get in the entire calendar. There's 8 weeks until week 1, I think. No, it's a little longer than that. But we're not that far. It's like 8 weeks of the preseason, I think. And we now know we are about 6 weeks from training camp, as the Commanders also announced today that training camp will open July 27th. But them canceling a single practice is a bummer for, I think, some of the younger guys who might have gotten some extra reps. A lot of those guys aren't even going to make the team. And making sure that nobody gets hurt is the most important thing. You're safely now in the summer. It's a non-story to me. I really was hoping we could get Michael Phillips on the show today, though, because I do want to know if Phillips had already thought about making his way up here from Richmond, and if he himself was personally afflicted by the somewhat late cancellation of this practice. This is what I would like to know. But Michael said he was busy today, so he can't come on. So, Michael, I'm just putting this out there. Maybe I'll even cut this clip and put it on Twitter. Michael Phillips, are you personally affronted, afflicted, affected by this decision? Because no one on the actual football team is. No one that matters, if you will, with all due respect to all of the end of roster guys that matter as human beings to their families, friends, and to the world at large. They are not going to impact the winning and losing of the Washington Commanders this season. That's no big deal. Anything to add, Anthony, that we need to cover on this front? Or did we explain why this is not a big deal and why we're not going to talk about it for the rest of the show?
I think you did a great job for those who, because initially I did think us canceling this practice was a little bit shocking, but it was also voluntary. It wasn't a part of the mandatory minicamp that they had last week.
Correct.
So now that I'm understanding that it was a voluntary session, and the fact that the analogy you use, going to the gym, one time and working
So
out.
you like the gym analogy?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I probably would have said, going to the gym one time during the week and never working out again, like that doesn't necessarily do anything for you.
Right.
I mean, I guess you do something to your muscles on that one day, but outside of that, it doesn't really
cool. Like,
do too much.
If you got a date afterwards and you want to pump, sure.
Do
Go
some
for it.
push-ups real quick.
You ever done push-ups in the parking lot before a date?
Not before a date, but I've done it before parties, before weddings, things of that nature. Like the last wedding I went to, we actually did some push-ups.
We need to. This should be our top story today.
I don't know why we got a deck, but literally every time our fur brothers get together, we get a deck of cards and we go through the entire deck and we do push-ups every time. It's not a one-off type of thing. It's literally all the time.
I have lots of questions. Can you mark this down for tomorrow at some point, like 4:45 tomorrow?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, excellent. Apropos of none of that, we'll react to Ted Leonsis' comments on the Woj Pod next.
This is the Hoffman Show on the T980 and the Odyssey app.